Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at the Disneyland Resort to give you a big update from both parks. So how about you and I dive right in. Okay, we've made it on the tram. I haven't rode the tram in a while. And it's not that busy, so I figure why not. And it's gonna be a good day today. We're gonna cruise around the park, both parks actually. There's a bunch of updates to cover, and we'll get some food later, you know, just hang out and chill. It's gonna be a good day. And we're gonna start this big Disneyland Resort update at California Adventure. And the last time I was here was for the Lunar New Year celebration. I was able to go on the opening day, but that was the last time I was here at the parks. And then the last time I was here, the Disneyland Resort in general, was just the other day, but we were hanging out at downtown Disney. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been in the parks. I'm kind of going around traveling. So it's gonna be nice to stroll around to see what's going on this week. Let's go ahead and start our lap through Grizzly Peak. You can already see some scrims up around the restrooms and the gift shop area. It is refurb season, so we're gonna see a lot of this in today's video. So this is probably a massive painting project. Ooh, and then look at this around the corner. We have a big construction fence up for Grizzly River Run. You know, I'm sure that cat that hangs out over here put this up. And look at this, we got some wildlife hanging out over here. Michael was able to point that out. I mean, we are in the wilderness. It's gonna happen. We're not in Anaheim. We're in the middle of the woods. Yeah, this will probably open back up in time for spring break. This, again, is a very normal occurrence around this time of year. And this is pretty interesting. It says, partner our pixie dust, we have new Disney Vacation Club magic coming soon. So I wonder if they're gonna redo the DVC area right here too. And we got some work on this side as well. So according to the refurb calendar, it's looking like the Grizzly River Run attraction will reopen on March 1st, which is perfect timing because the Food and Wine Festival starts that day as well. A few storms have made their way through Southern California, and what's really nice is the day after a storm, you get this beautiful sky and the clouds, just kind of, you know, leftover clouds. And the air is like crystal clear. It's funny they've removed some of the food booths from Lunar New Year. I'm surprised they didn't just keep them up because the other festival, the Food and Wine Festival, is just a couple days away. And speaking of Lunar New Year, I still have a few clips left over from when I was here on opening day, so I'm gonna throw those in. It was a really good time. I was with Christian and Katie and Spence, and we did our traditional Lunar New Year shenanigans, having a few drinks at Lamplight Lounge, trying some of the food, which, by the way, was really, really good. I think out of the Lunar New Year festivals that I've gone to here at California Adventure, that one was my favorite as far as food was concerned. I do want them to add more entertainment. I'm glad they have a new meet and greet and they still have the cavalcade, but I think more entertainment will be really cool. But the food was honestly excellent, really flavorful. They had a lot of new items available and they had some returning classics. And both Christian and I really loved all the new additions. Michael did not experience the Lunar New Year festivities because
I actually haven't been here for about, I think since like the kickoff of the Christmas.
But say, yeah, you haven't been here since the holidays.
I want to say either that or it was one time in December, but I honestly don't remember that.
Yeah,
but,
so it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent crowd here on the parade corridor. Yeah, it's been busy these past few days at the Disneyland Resort, and I feel like every day is just gonna be a busy day. There's not a slow season anymore. Look at this graphic they got on the side of this thing. This is like the show control for when they do live entertainment here on the stage. It's like it's all hip and cool. And you know what, since we're talking about the Food and Wine Festival and Lunar New Year, why not hit up the Corn Dog Castle? It's been a hot minute since I've been to the Corn Dog Castle, and one of my favorite things to get here is the spicy hot link corn dog. Okay, our snacks have been obtained. Both got the spicy hot link corn dog, large Coke, bags of chips. Oh yeah, this is insane. Legit one of my favorite things. Like, I love corn dogs in general, but the spicy hot link corn dog, OMG, it's always the best. And just like that, demolished. Over here at the Garden Grill, it's closed today, but this will probably be open in time for Food and Wine Festival, and they'll also change the menu. That's usually what they do. Some disappointing changes over here at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. So at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, they've made some changes to the salad station and the pasta station. You can no longer get the sun-dried chicken pesto pasta. That is gone. They replaced it with some other dish. And then on the salad side, they got rid of the full-size chicken Caesar salad, and they've replaced it with a smaller side salad of like a chicken Caesar salad. That's, I believe, $5.99. They have a wedge salad now, and they've redone the Italian chef salad. Now, what's annoying is it seems like they just changed this kind of stuff to save them a few extra bucks, and they usually get rid of the most popular items. So just as a heads up for those that aren't aware, Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta across the bay there has some pretty big changes, and some of your most favorite items are now gone. Now we're slowly making our way out of Pixar Pier. Roller coaster is still down. We were hoping to get on Credit Coaster today, but she's having some problems. That's it, you know, it's pretty common. There's always a little hiccup here and there. But since we're over here by Lamplight Lounge, I wanted to mention that they made some changes to the to-go area. And speaking of, you know, changes at some of the quick service places, well, if you want a to-go drink from the upper deck over here, you know how you can wait in the line over where this like outdoor patio is, you can get a to-go drink. Well, you can only get beverages that are on the menu. If you want an off-menu drink, like, you know, the Earthquake or the Fun Wheel or any of those types of secret menu drinks, you cannot get it to go anymore. You actually have to sit down in the restaurant, which, again, kind of silly, but here we are. Oh, wow, look at this. There's definitely a lot of people in the park. I feel like the park is getting busier as the night is slowly approaching. Okay, we're making our way into the DC Universe Superhero Island. That's Spider-Man. No, isn't that Thor?
Yes.
Okay, I got it right, good. I knew it was Batman. When do you think they're gonna build the Avengers e-ticket attraction? When do you think the first shovel is gonna go on the ground?
Like realistically.
Realistically, yeah.
What year are we in? 24?
2024.
I think like maybe breaking ground like 27.
2027, okay.
The ending of 26.
So 3 years from now. I think that's pretty realistic, at least at this rate.
I mean, that's why. Like as fast as this company moves, yeah. Like maybe the ending of 2026.
Yeah. I hope they break ground sooner than that, but yeah, they have no work going on behind these walls, at least that I'm aware of. So maybe 2024 will be the year we see them break ground, or maybe it's going to be 2025, or maybe Michael's right and we're not going to see construction start until late 2026. I hope it's a lot sooner. I've been saying that they should just clone Cosmic Rewind, theme it to Avengers, and put that behind that space right there. I feel like a Cosmic Rewind clone would be like one of the best things they could do over in this park. Okay, that's pretty much all the crazy action happening over at TCA. Let's head over to Disneyland next. So now we got a pretty good idea of what the crowds are like over at California Adventure. I'm really curious to see how it's gonna be over here at Disneyland. I feel like it's gonna be more busy over here. Oh yeah, the happiest place on earth. Population 650 million. You know, they haven't updated that in a while, so I wonder if when Disneyland reaches the next anniversary date, I think it's the 70th anniversary, I wonder if they'll update the population sign. And speaking of attendance numbers, I have a feeling that Disneyland Park is gonna beat Magic Kingdom Park here very, very soon. I feel like our park is consistently more busy than Magic Kingdom is over in Florida. Okay, we've officially gone underneath the train tracks. And look at this. We already have some refurbs going on over at City Hall. Again, 'tis the season for refurbs. You're gonna see a lot of this in both parks. And it will probably continue up until spring break. It's a perfect time for them to get as much done as possible, even though the park is still busy. You know, back in the day, it used to be a lot less busy than it is right now around this time of year. So that's why typically they would do a lot of refurbs around this time. But now it seems like the parks are consistently busy. So they have a little bit more of a difficult time to do all these big projects with all these crowds. Oh wow, look at the beautiful flower arrangement we got going on. Made it over here to the castle. Yeah, another beautiful shot. Again, the sky is gorgeous today. The air is clear. The fountain's still going. I'm so happy they've kept these because the official celebration for the 100th anniversary has ended. I'm sure Disney will come up with another marketing thing for the summer. We're gonna work our way around the park this way, starting with Tomorrowland. Look at this, they're rebuilding the Astro Orbiter and it's looking very shiny. They did a really good job refurbing all those pieces, so it looks brand new. And wow, look at the lightning lane for Buzz Lightyear, just like it is over at Toy Story Mania. It's absolutely broken. This entire system, right, Michael? It's stupid. It doesn't even. Yeah, like come on. This line is longer than the regular queue. And what's funny is we never saw this in Paris and Tokyo. It was not like that. Like the way they kind of approached it out there is way different. Whereas here they're like, no, we're just not going to limit it. I mean, something needs to change. Now, besides the awful lightning lane situation here at the Disneyland Resort and at Walt Disney World, there's really not too much going on in Tomorrowland, including, all these buildings just kind of sitting here stagnant. And I'm wondering if at D23 they're going to announce any goodies.
I hope it's life-changing.
Yeah,
I really do.
I feel like it has to be life-changing. They got Epic Universe on their heels, and come on, you got to announce something. Even though the Disneyland Resort won't be affected by Epic Universe, you know, Orlando definitely will. You know, Magic Kingdom and all the stuff at Walt Disney World. So I hope that they talk about something. But I will say a Tomorrowland renovation would be pretty epic, right, Michael? I mean, speaking of epic, I think we need some updates over here. Yeah, I feel like out of all the lands here at Disneyland, Tomorrowland should be the next one. I mean, I feel like all the other lands are pretty good. They all are pretty stacked. We got Tiana's Bayou Adventure going in to, you know, the New Orleans Square area, so that area is covered. We have Galaxy's Edge already. Toontown's already taken care of. So I think it's time for Tomorrowland. And look at that perfect shot right there. The monorail cruising on by. That was perfect timing. Heck yeah, we got monorail orange, or AKA Mickey Mouse. I must say, yeah, they're selling a lot of balloons today. I mean, good for them. Balloons are still popular. They're just $18 million though. As you can already tell, we're making our way through Small World Mall. Small World is back open from the holiday festivities. Pretty much the only time I go on It's a Small World is during the holidays. I love all the decorations they put in It's a Small World. Don't really go on it too often when it's just normal. And we're gonna be making our way into Toontown because I really wanted to check up on the Donald's Boat construction because for a while they were working on that water play area, and I'm curious to see if they finished it. Yeah, well, they haven't opened it yet. They're still working on whatever they're working on. I'm honestly surprised they haven't taken these down. I mean, it's been a while now. You know, maybe the cat that's over at California Adventure is working on this project, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer. I mean, cats can only do so much. Okay, let's make our way into the scariest part of the park, the most crowded part of the park, and that is Fantasyland. Alrighty, we got pretty lucky as we were making our way towards Tianas because that's the next subject. Big Thunder Mountain reopened from a temporary closure, so heck yeah, we're gonna take advantage of the short line. Oh, we got number 7, heck yeah.
Number 7.
Yeah, looks like the 999 Happy Haunts had an enjoyable ride. Whee! We're going 800 miles an hour. Woo! Here we go up the second lift. Oh, hello, turtles. Okay, now instead of looking at the goat, you gotta look the other way. This way. Ready? Watch out for the vultures. I know, this is a super quiet train. Well, that was a good time, but let's continue our update video and head over to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And look at this over here at Haunted Mansion. It is closed for a very long refurbishment because they're ripping up the queue space in here. They're redoing the queue. They're making it larger to accommodate the ever-growing crowds here at the Disneyland Resort, and they're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone by renovating this area as well. And this is what they're gonna do to Magnolia Park. They're just gonna add some more tables and chairs, take out the hill and the fountain that were here, and kind of just spruce it up. And this over here is the extension of the Haunted Mansion queue, so it's gonna look nice when it's done. It is weird to see a massive construction fence over here because it's been a long, long time since we've seen something this big on this area, you know, on this corner of the park. So we'll be keeping an eye on it every single week to see if we can see new progress here and there. It's going to be very difficult because a lot of the project's going to be lower to the ground. Again, they're not doing these massive buildings or anything. It's going to all fit very nicely together into New Orleans Square. And I'm glad they're finally doing something with the Haunted Mansion queue because I feel like for the longest time it's needed some upgrades. I am a little sad they've taken out some of the trees because there were some trees right here. But hopefully when the project wraps up, they'll plant some new ones. And eventually, you know, over the course of a few years, they'll grow into big, giant trees like we still have over here. But fingers crossed. But panning to the right, look at this. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is making some nice progress, and I haven't been here since they've installed the water tower. You know, a lot of this information in today's video is a little bit of a refresher, but it's also new to some of you as well, and including myself. Yeah, I haven't seen the water tower in person, so this is cool. Let's see what things look like on this side as well. I know crews are working on this section not too long ago. Yeah, they're still working on the sides here, so eventually this will be all dolled up as we inch closer to the opening. And as far as the opening is concerned, our version is still slated to open later on this year, whereas the Magic Kingdom version over in Florida, that's supposed to open up this summer, which I'm actually really happy for. I was saying earlier in the year and last year that I didn't think they were going to get this thing open until 2025, but so far they've proven me wrong at Walt Disney World, which is a good thing because I want them to prove me wrong. I want them to open this thing in a timely manner. It doesn't need to take them 10 years to do something like this. You know, this attraction is already existing. They don't need to build something from the ground up. All this is pretty much a reskin, so it shouldn't take them that long. They did a really good job with Guardians of the Galaxy over at California Adventure, so with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, again, it doesn't need to take multiple years to get this done. I'm sure as we get closer to the summer, we're gonna get an official opening time frame for our version, maybe a late fall, early winter for us, because they still have quite a bit of work to do on our version. And again, we don't know what it looks like on the interior, so it could be barren just like it is out here too. You never know, or they could be really far along. And over at the Walt Disney World version, I am glad they're opening it up in the summer. It makes sense. It's a water ride. Summer is a perfect time to open up a water ride. Here's another pretty good view from the Hungry Bear side. Pretty soon they're going to install all the foliage, the fake foliage that'll be in the front like we've seen over at Walt Disney World and on top of the hill. And this is supposed to be a salt dome, like an above ground salt dome. I guess that's what the story is, so they can, you know, take away the mountain aspect of, you know, what used to be here, Splash Mountain. So you can see that they've shaved off the top. They completed that a few months ago. And the next step is probably a bunch of paint. And then the last step is obviously putting all of the fake plants up on it to make it look nice and pretty like it does over in Florida. You know, with all this said, I still have my worries about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and my only worry is that I hope they spend the proper amount of money to make it extravagant. I mean, come on, this is a big deal. You don't need to throw a nickel at it. They need to be throwing a pretty substantial budget at this, and I'm really hoping they didn't budget cut too many things. You know, I'm expecting a few budget cuts here and there because it just comes with the territory with all these big major theme park projects. They haven't really shown off too much, but they did show off something not too long ago. And that was the official Tiana animatronic, which looks actually really, really good. It looks very similar to other animatronics that they've done. It looks very similar to the Belle animatronic and also some of the Frozen animatronics. So they might just reskin it. You know, it does make sense when they build a lot of these animatronics to build multiples of them, and then they can, like, you know, copy and paste them in different attractions, because they can make them, you know, the face of it look different, but the motions and all that kind of stuff can be the same, or they could change those as well, and the guests wouldn't even know because it's in a different application. With that said, though, the animatronic looked really good, and like all the new age animatronics, it was moving incredibly smoothly. I mean, beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to see it in the attraction, and I'm very curious to see what other animatronics they have to that scale inside the ride. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a bunch of really cool animatronics in this, and I'm hoping they have more than just, you know, a couple of those extremely fluid animatronics like Disney showed off not too long ago of Tiana. And yeah, Tiana looks great, so fingers crossed that they have a bunch of them in here. I know they're going to have some of the old, you know, school movement animatronics, like the simplistic ones, but I'm really looking forward to the more complex ones, especially this guy right here. I think that's going to look really cool as an animatronic. What do you think of Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Are you thinking it's going to turn out good, or do you think?
I mean, like, I hope the scenes are just like drastically changed, but I mean, like,
yeah,
one can hope, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool if we went on this and it's just like it almost seems like an all new ride.
Right,
you know?
no, that would be really cool. But I feel like what they're probably just gonna do is just put the new animatronics in and then pretty much just.
What was that?
I think I just touched the bug. And
was that a spider?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm trying not to freak out right now.
That was the fireflies from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. See, they're telling you, like, no, Michael, it's okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I just got chilled. I don't even know what that anymore. So
I don't know what that was.
That's what scares me right now. That's why I'm like, I cannot focus anymore. Let's see.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to worry about the critters inside Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think we're safe with them. Okay, but no, I agree with you. I hope that it's really, really good.
But I feel like what they're just gonna do is maybe add like little things, and then
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
And we only say that just because we've seen what Disney's been doing the past.
That's pretty much their track record for the past.
At least here in America.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic for it.
The best, but I don't know.
I mean, even the train is hopeful for it. I think it's going to be pretty popular. I think Tiana's Bayou Adventure is going to be really popular, and I think it fits our park really well since New Orleans Square is right over there. I feel like it fits better, over here than it does in Orlando. Orlando is kind of weird, but I'm sure in Orlando they'll do something over there. There's a lot of rumors going around that they're going to make the New Orleans Square over there too, which would be kind of cool. So. Yeah, we're going to wait and see. We're going to keep an eye on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And again, it's supposed to open up later on this year. Fingers crossed that it stays on track for later on this year.
See, again, I hope down the line, like years later, they just continue to get rid of pretty much Critter Country because now
Yeah.
this part just does not make
It's
any
kind of
sense.
like obsolete over here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the official Crow Hour, a daily Disneyland tradition. Oh yeah. This how you liking that strawberry chili?
It's pretty
lime
good.
thing.
I'm not too much of a fan of pineapple,
I mean, you like it in that though.
but yeah, like you can't really taste it in this. It's pretty
Also, I'm wondering why they're only doing one parade today when there's this many people in the park. It's kind of odd. You'd think they'd at least do two, but not today. Okay, we finished up with the parade. That was so much fun to see Magic Happens again. It's been a minute since I've seen it, and it's always fun to see it in the evening. Both Mike and I really enjoy the parade at night. All right, it's time for dinner, and we're gonna hit up good old Tortilla Joe's. Its days are numbered, so we're gonna take advantage of it before it officially closes here in the next few days. All right, we got our table, and our chips and salsa have arrived. We've got the green and the red, and it's looking like they're charging for chips and salsa now. I find that pretty interesting, and I wonder if that's like in preparation for the new restaurant, because remember, this will all be moved over to the new place in the center of downtown Disney. It's the same company, so I'm sure everyone working here will hopefully get a spot in the new place, but maybe they're going to charge for chips and salsa like they're starting to do here now. At least, I don't know, am I reading this wrong? I feel like they're charging $4. All right, our second surprise has arrived, and it's the tableside guacamole. Oh yeah, it's a must here at Tortilla Joe's.
That's a must every single time you come here.
Yeah, you gotta always get the tableside guac. Alrighty, and the food has officially arrived. You can see that we have demolished the guacamole,
that's
gone, and the chips demolished. Chips and even the salsa demolished. Yeah. So next, one more. We gotta demolish these, and then I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to demolish some beignets or something afterwards.
I mean, a dessert.
Yeah. And look at that. Through the power of editing, we've demolished our food as well. Yeah, this was a good meal. Very, very good. All right, this is the next day. We didn't close out the video at the park because it was crazy.
Yeah, we pretty much just dipped to go get
Yeah.
food.
After we ate at Tortilla Joe's, we were like, okay, let's get back to the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was just chaotic. So I'm going to close out the video here in the theme park concession office. And very briefly, we wanted to talk about just our experience, because this was pretty much like our first time back at Disneyland since our Tokyo trip. And there's clearly something going on.
There's a difference. I mean, we all know, we've been saying this for the longest time already.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, the vibe is definitely different at Disneyland. It's not what it used to be. People seem a little bit more frustrated, angry, and you know what? Rightfully so. It takes a million different steps just to go on Tron over at Walt Disney World. It takes a million different steps just to get a park reservation, to go into the parks. And in general, like I pointed out in today's video, the lightning lane situation at Disneyland,
yeah, it's so flawed,
is just awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's stupid. So, coming off of Tokyo,
and seeing how just other parks like work.
yeah, and
Yeah.
remember, Tokyo's is not owned by Disney. They're operated by a totally different company. They're operated by the Oriental Land Company, and it's very clear that they're operated by a different company, because the way that Tokyo is operating is honestly, I think, the way Walt would have operated the park if he was still alive. Very clear night and day difference from our experience last night at Disneyland to what we've experienced in Tokyo, and I mean even in Paris. So again, I hope things change down the line. Coming off of Tokyo again, it was just such a magical experience out there. Tokyo felt like what Disneyland used to feel like way back in the day, like when I was younger. And I know things change over time, like I'm not oblivious to that, but when you see the changes here at home and then you go somewhere else and you're going, oh my goodness, like this is legit. I mean, Tokyo was amazing. If you ever have the chance to go, definitely check it out. Tokyo Disney is next level, and the amount of hospitality that they showcase there, and just everything about the experience is what you would want out of a Disney experience. So I hope they can, bring that back to the States, because I feel like they're starting to lose it a little bit. I'm not going to do too many Disneyland videos a week. I'm going to kind of narrow it down to just one big one like today's, once a week or once every other week, because that way we can kind of see a little bit more change in the park. There's really not too much going on at Disneyland, and I'm not going to try to milk it. So every week you'll see at least a Disneyland video or maybe a Downtown Disney video, and I think we're just going to do that moving forward. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these updates from the Disneyland Resort or some of your other favorite theme parks, because I cover a bunch of them from all around, consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Be sure to check out my Instagram account by following the link down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.